Newspaper Headlines, a program that provides a great sense of educational value.
This is the program where we serve you the menu of news making headlines from select national newspapers.
It carries information about politics, economy, entertainment, sports.
Alright, that is it on a sports update.
Business, industry, trade, and commerce. We carry the news of Nigeria and the world, bringing it right to the comfort of your home.
So many events happened from yesterday within and outside the country. Please stay with us as we take a look at the stories.
Newspaper Headlines, a program you cannot afford to miss, showing only on ACNN TV.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the midweek edition of Newspaper Headlines. Remember, Newspaper Headlines is a program that keeps you abreast with events happening around the world. And that is done with a look at the front pages of the dailies. You can call in during the program to make your contributions regarding a particular headline you want to talk about. And we also encourage you to share our various social media links, like on Facebook, we facebook.com/ACNN-TV. On YouTube, it is youtube.com/ACNN-TV, while on Instagram and Twitter, it is @ACNN-TV. I am Charles Philip Wakolam. Right now, let's go through the front pages together. I'll be starting with Vanguard newspaper. All right, just as you will imagine, cheers, jeers, hope as new service chiefs take over. That's on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper. We hope new service chiefs will justify Buhari's confidence in them, coming from Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF. Nothing special, says Afenifere. Wrong not to have Southeast appointee. That is coming from Middle Belt Forum. And Pandef louts Buhari. Modo disdains non-appointment of Igbo as service chief. APC expresses confidence in new service chiefs, while PDP and Fayoshe want probe of ex-service chiefs. All these are the kickers under that lead story. And those are the pictures of the new service chiefs. From the left, Chief of Defense Staff Major General Leo Irabo, and the next one, Chief of Army Staff Major General Ibrahim Atahiru, and Chief of Naval Staff Rear Admiral AZ Gambo. The last one is Chief of Air Staff Vice Amao. Alright, the story beside pictures: gunmen kill 2 policemen, 1 other abduct 14 in Taraba, Kogi and Delta states. That's on page 6. Buhari directs action on out-of-school children in Nigeria. Buhari directs action on out-of-school children in Nigeria. Page 9. Bottom strip stories. Catholic bishops want service chiefs to allow Amotekun and others thrive. You see that story on page 8. Right there, Catholic bishops calling on the new service chiefs now to allow the Amotekun and others alike to thrive in order to enhance security and security of lives and property. Okay, you will let me know what you think about that, allowing Amotekun. There are others. Okay, let's go on. 1 feared dead as Shiites police clash in Abuja over El Zazaki. That's on page 12. Those who burnt my house will run mad in 48 hours. Coming from Sunday Iboho. That's on page 4. Over 5,000 unprofiled IDPs discovered in makeshift camps in Makurdi town. Page 12. Alright, let's look above the masthead right now. COVID-19. Another lockdown will wound economy, coming from CBN. Retains MPR at 11.5%. That's on page 8. We have an article from Are Afe Babalola. Private institutions, not money-making ventures 2. You find it on page 19. Alright, moving forward. PIB. Scrap NDDC now. Oil communities tell federal government. Page 10. And finally, on Vanguard, CBN announces appointment of 3 pre-shipment inspectors. CBN announces appointment of 3 pre-shipment inspectors. You find that story on page 9 of Vanguard newspaper. Okay, we're progressing to the next one, Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Let me take the lead story first, then we look at others. As Buhari appoints new service chiefs, SMBLF, that's from Middle Belt and Pandef, Wike Wodo, APC, PDP, React, set agenda, page 2. And those are the pictures, profiles of the new service chiefs. And I have stories beside the pictures. Kidnappers abduct 14 at gunpoint in Kogi State, page 6. Mother, 3 kids, 8 others die in accident in Benue, page 25. 6 killed, others missing in as Akwa Ibom, Abia boundary war escalates. Really? 6 killed, others missing as Akwa Ibom and Abia boundary war escalates. Customs intercept 219 sacks of pangolin. Others are Lagos ports. Wow. Okay, bottom strip stories. What we did to battle insecurity in Ibarapa and Okeogun. That's coming from Oyo government. Fahimi inaugurates Farmers Headers Peace Committee. Our people cannot continue to live in fear. That's coming from Akeredolu. Gani Adams louds Southwest governors on new security arrangement with headers. Suspected herdsmen invade Ekiti Forest Reserve. Destroy multi-million naira maize farm. Pages 3 and 5. That's where the story is. Okay. Let me move up above the lead story. Quit notice to herdsmen. Unity of Nigeria paramount. Coming from federal government, page 5. 1 killed, many injured as police clash with Shiites in Abuja. Page 5. Buhari directs NASENI to produce helicopter. That's on page 8. And above masthead, COVID-19, CBN to roll out further palliatives. Warns federal government against lockdown. Retains all indicative rates. Community policing. 18,360 personnel recruited nationwide for takeoff. That is coming from IGP, and that's on page 3. Finally, on Nigerian Tribune, police fire service give insight into Igboho's house fire incident. What Ojudu said about me, false, he says. Denies interest in leading Amotekun. You'll find the story on page 4. And now we'll go over to the Daily Times newspaper. Kudos knocks as Buhari removes service chiefs. Okay, that's on page 2. And we're moving straight to the bottom strip stories. Clash. 1 dies, many injured in police Shiites clash. Corruption. Court orders forfeiture of ex-governor Yari's huge cash. Insecurity. Herdsmen storm Ekiti Forest Reserve. Destroy maize farm. Above masthead now. My house set ablaze by my people, says Igboho. Berates Ojudu. Admits speaking with Tinubu. Alright, that's all from Daily Times We move to the next one, New Telegraph newspaper. That's the next one. Kudos knocks as Buhari replaces service chiefs. Irabo takes over from Oloni Shakin as CDS. Air Vice Marshal Amo is as Chief of Air Staff. Atahiru succeeds Buratai as Chief of Army Staff. Gambo heads Navy. Reactions now. Afenifere Nwodo kick against Southeast exclusion. APC, ACF, Wike, Yakasai drum support. PDP says it's a belated action. Alright, coming down, PIB, host communities want NDDC scrapped. Silva says 2.5% shareholding fair for oil producers. 2.5% shareholding fair for oil producers. That's on page 6. Eating processed foods can lead to premature brain aging. I take it again. Eating processed foods can lead to premature brain aging. That's on page 8 of New Telegraph newspaper. Above lead story now. IMF cuts Nigeria's 2021 growth forecast on page 25. The Lagos Chamber for Commerce and Industry, LCCI, lists key variables for economic recovery on page 7. Buhari, COVID-19 exposes technology and innovation gaps, page 27. Funke Akindele's Omogetu grosses 463 million highest in Nollywood. That's on page 25. Okay, above masthead, CBN boosts economy with 8.8 trillion naira. Opposes lockdown. Retains 11.5% interest rate. CRR at 27.5%. Emefiele says Apex Bank will take over commodity exchange. You see some of the story on front page, but it's continued on page 6. Finally, new vehicle tariff takes off next week, according to Customs, page 25. Alright, viewers, you're still watching Newspaper Headlines program. Right now, we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we shall continue with the rest of the papers. Kindly stay tuned.
Every person who is charged with a criminal offense is entitled to defend himself in person or by a legal practitioner of his own choice.
Remember that an individual is entitled to remain silent.
Every citizen in Nigeria is entitled to maintain a private life.
You are approaching a military checkpoint or a police checkpoint without knowing that it's against or it offends them and subject you to a frog jump. That is wrong.
Thank you for staying tuned. You are watching Newspaper Headlines live from the ACNN studios in Abuja. Remember, you can call in to make your contributions regarding the headlines, like the new service chiefs. What do you think about? Lots of Nigerians have been commenting at different platforms, commenting about the new service chiefs. What do you think? We also encourage you to share our various social media links. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/ACNN TV. And on YouTube, it is youtube.com/ACNN TV. While on Instagram and Twitter, it is at ACNN TV. Okay, let's continue with Leadership newspaper. Leadership newspaper. A major shake-up. Irabo Atahiru, Amao, Gambo emerge new service chiefs. That's page 4. PMB applauds ex-service chiefs, says their achievements overwhelming. Regional bodies hail president, set agenda for new military chiefs. at the comment from the president. He says applauds Earth Service Chief, says their achievements overwhelming. What did they really achieve? It is for Nigerians to tell. What do you think about the ex-service chiefs? Did they do well? Did they achieve anything, especially in the fight against insecurity, Boko Haram, bandits, and the rest? Okay, what do you think about the new service chiefs? Regional bodies hail president set agenda for new military chiefs. Okay, coming down, ASU queries members for enrolling in IPPIS. Nurses accuse doctors of destroying medical profession. Wow. And the Nigerian Air Force wings 7 additional pilots. Police recruit 18,360 for community policing. That's on page 2. 2023 presidency. CSOs woo Bala Mohammed. Niger Delta communities want NDDC scrapped. Page 2. Let's go up. Another lockdown will be catastrophic. CBN tells federal government. Apex Bank's intervention gulp 2 trillion naira. Story on front page, continued on page 4. The last one, NECO fixes new date for external SSCE. Page 8. That's where it is. Okay, that's all from leadership. And the next one is Blueprint newspaper. Blueprint newspaper, that's the next one. And the list story says Nigerians set agenda for new service chiefs. Okay. Hit the ground running, ensure paradigm shift. Okay. Okay, let me take the pickers. Irabo named CDS Atahiru, Chief of Army Staff. Amao heads Air Force. Gambo leads Navy. Appointments step in the right direction. Better late than never. Coming from AME and Abaribe. Voice of reason prevailed. Submit actions plans with timeline. CUPP and CSOs. Okay. APC urges public support. PDP demands commitment and responsibility. Defeat insurgents, justify appointments. NYCN tells new service chiefs. That's those stories are on page 5. And you can also find your others on page 6. Okay. And then coming down, APC to Faleke, you can't dictate to us on fresh party registration. Page 8. We will arrest cartel behind the child prostitution and sex slavery in Kogi State. Page 18. Mother, 3 kids, 8 others die in Benue auto crash. Wow. That story is on page 8. EFCC nabbed 13 internet fraudsters in Ibadan. Page 9. NECO fixes February 8 to March 10 date for 2020 SSCE. NECO fixes February 8 to March 10 date for 2020 SSCE. Page 15. Now going up below masthead, Buhari targets reduction in out-of-school children. Gunmen abduct 14 in Kogi community. Equity market remains on growth path. Gains 259 billion naira. That's on page 24. Federal government yet to make claims on 11 billion naira life insurance for health workers. Federal government yet to make claims on 11 billion naira life insurance for health workers. Page 24. That is the last one with me here on Blueprint newspaper. I move to the Nigerian Pilot newspaper. Still on the new service chiefs. Finally, that's the lead story. New service chiefs take over from those who resigned. PDP says the appointment's late, demands inquest. PDP doesn't know what it is saying. Buhari has done well. That's a response from APC. Buhari has been static for almost 6 years. This is coming from Tobe Fashwa. Page 8. Alright. CGN asked to cancel appointments of new appeal court judges. That's the story above the lead story. Page 5. That's where that call is. El Zazaki. 1 feared dead as Shiites and police clash in Abuja. Page 6. Okay, let's come down. COVID-19 exposed Nigeria's technology deficit, says Buhari. That's on page 7. Nwodo berates Buhari over non-inclusion of Igbo as service chief. Niger Deltans want NDDC replaced with host communities commission. Page 12. NECO announces new date for 2020 SSCE external examination. Page 12. 2 ex-convicts to die by hanging. Page 7. Mother of 3 kids, 9 others die in Benue auto crash. Page 11. MPC retains all policy parameters, put external reserves at $36 billion. That's on page 29. Okay, and that's all. That's all from Nigerian Pilot's newspaper. Okay, we have the next one, People's Daily. People's Daily newspaper leads with Buhari to new service chiefs. Be loyal, dedicated to your fresh duties. And if you look at the pictures, you see the incoming service chiefs and the outgone service chiefs. Okay, YMPC voted to retain interest rate at 11.5%, coming from CBN Governor Emefiele. Page 20. Mother, 3 kids, 8 others die in auto crash in Benue. Page 3. Buhari orders Naseni, that's NASENI, to bridge gaps in COVID-19 research and technology. Page 12. Page 2. Over 5,000 abandoned IDPs discovered in Benue. Page 18. AEDC alerts Abuja customers of planned power interruption. Page 19. That's where you get the details to know the affected areas. I think the power interruption should start today. Okay, it's going to be for about 3 days. Alright, above the lead story, federal government to spend 30 billion naira on Katsina airports. Federal government to spend 30 billion naira on Katsina airports. That's on page 5. And that's all from People's Daily newspaper. Okay, and that gives way for sports stories. I'm going to the sports page of the Vanguard newspaper, page 28. Page 28 of Vanguard newspaper. Chelsea players clash over Lampard. That's the first sports story here. That was a report. Chelsea players clashed over the sack of former manager now, Frank Lampard. Okay, and Madrid step up pursuit for Mbappe. Barca still top football rich list despite huge debts. Europa League, Arsenal may face Benfica at neutral venue. And on boxing, Mayweather to take a rematch with McGregor. Coming back to football, Rangers great Nwabweze Nwankwo for burial February 5. On the 17th AFCON, Eaglets open camp soon. On the 17th AFCON, Eaglets open camp soon. Golden Eaglets are expected to soon open training camp again after the under-17 AFCON in Morocco was moved to March as against the earlier date of July. Okay, and the under-17 AFCON will kick off on March 19 in Morocco. Officials informed Score Nigeria. Coach Fatai Amo is expected to make his training program proposal to the NFF after he would submit his reports on the qualifiers. Okay, let me check the fixtures and the stories at the back page of Vanguard newspaper. Tuchel takes over at Chelsea, begins with battle against Wolves, needs negative COVID-19 tests. Talking about the new Chelsea coach Thomas Tuchel taking over at Chelsea and will likely begin his work against Wolves. And that's if his COVID-19 test comes out negative. Okay, Europa League, Arsenal may face Benfica at neutral venue. Ancelotti confirms he will be fit to battle Ndidi's Leicester. Today's fixtures. In EPL, we have Burnley versus Aston Villa, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Chelsea, Wolves, 7 p.m. Brighton, Fulham, 8:30 p.m. Everton against Leicester, 9:15 p.m. Manchester United against Sheffield United, 9:15 p.m. And in Ligue 1, Lorient versus Dijon, 9 p.m. And then NPFL, Kano Pillars versus Rivers United, 4 p.m. Copa del Rey, Sevilla Valencia, 7 p.m. Almeria versus Osasuna, 9 p.m. Vallecano versus Barcelona, 9 p.m. Coppa Italia, we have Atalanta versus Lazio, 5:45 p.m. Juventus Spal, 8:45 p.m. And in Africa here, Chan, the African Championship, Namibia versus Zambia, 8 p.m. and Tanzania versus Guinea, 8 p.m. Meanwhile, it was reported that it's a shame Nigeria did not make it to the Chan this year. But it's all good. That's all from the sports pages, and with that story, sports story, will draw the curtain for this edition of the program. Thank you for watching and stay with us throughout. And as we journey through the week, remember Galatians 5:13. It says, "For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only not use liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another." By the grace, may the grace to serve one another in love abide with us in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. I remain Charles Philip Wakalam. Bye-bye and God bless you.